Esau and Edom. Edom can be found today in his dwellings. Let us first open up with this lesson with 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7 through 9. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth it? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The reason why I open up with this verse is because it's so important for us, my people, to understand this prophecy. Again, you have to know what kingdom you are in now. For according to the word of Yahuwah, we are in Esau's kingdom. And very soon, Jacob's kingdom will be fallen after this kingdom. Let us go to the next slide. Now, I do want to make this clear as we begin this presentation. All people with white skin are not Edomites, my people. This is very important for you to understand before we begin with this lesson on identifying Edom. Edom have hidden himself among the nations, especially among the European nations. So this is why it's so important for us to remember what is written in 1 John chapter 4, verse 1 through 4. For we cannot judge a person or assume who a person is by the color of their skin. We are now operating in the spiritual, my people. In this earthly realm, there's only two types of people now. There are the children of light, which are the children of Yahuwah, versus the children of darkness, which are the children of Satan, the devil, my people. For we are now in a spiritual warfare. Also read 1 John chapter 3, Romans chapter 10, verse 11 through 12, and Romans chapter 8. Let us go to the next slide. Now, I know you're wondering, why am I doing this video? Based on the word of the Most High and the signs that are happening within this nation, we know that this is the season for Yahushua HaMashiach to return. We also know that judgment is coming to all nations. Yes, my people. Judgment is coming to the Edomites, to the Gentiles, and to the Israelites. So this is why I'm doing this video. For when you understand who Esau is, and you understand his kingdom, this would make you want to repent and to receive salvation and to be baptized in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. For soon Esau's kingdom will be destroyed, and anyone and any nation who had joined himself to this kingdom will meet the same judgment as Esau. I also put this picture up because this picture comes from Baskovia Church. It's an ancient painting to show you the Day of Judgment. I will also place the link where you can have access to this picture so you can review the contents of this picture. But it's sending you a heavy message. Notice the color of the people in this picture. For one of them are representing the kingdom of Esau. And it's showing that his final judgment, on the day of judgment, they will be cast into the eternal lake of fire. Let us go to the next slide. This is Jeremiah chapter 18, verses 14 to 21. And this is a message for all nations. Let us read. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that it shall no more be said, Yahuwah liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahuwah liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. This prophecy, my people, has not been fulfilled yet. This is a future prophecy. For Yahuwah said that all nations would not know him anymore by bringing the children out of Egypt, by bringing the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. For in the future, all nations would know him as being the Elohim who brought the children out of the land of the north and from all the other lands that he has scattered them, my people. And one of the lands of the north is America. I highly suggest that you study the transatlantic slave trade, for that is one way you can identify who are the children of Israel. And yes, my people, they are the Negroes. For it is written in Deuteronomy chapter 28, they would be known as a byword and a proverb. For the nations would despise them, oppress them, and afflict them. This is how we know they are children, truly the children of Jacob. But let us read further. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Most High, and they shall fish them. And afterward I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, out of the holes of the rock. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled mine inheritance with the carcass of the detestable and abominable things. O Most High, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Shall a man make gods unto himself, and they are no gods? Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know my hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is Yahuwah. So as you can see, my people, judgment is coming to the Gentiles for what they have done to the children of Israel and what they have done to his holy land. He do not like it, my people. He's very angry and upset. And no one can stop this judgment from coming. For the signs are here, and his son, Yahushua HaMashiach, will carry out this judgment, my people. Now, this is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1 through 10. Verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahuwah is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. This is proof, my people. Judgment is coming to all the nations of the earth. Verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all the hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So Edom, another name for Edom is Idumea, my people. And this can be confirmed in BlueBibleLetter.org. And I'll put that link in the box as well. But let us keep reading. Verse 6. The sword of Yahuwah is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahuwah have a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahuwah vengeance, the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. And Zion is another word for Jerusalem. For the children of Israel is the daughter of Zion. And he's very upset of what the Gentiles has done to his people and to his holy land. Verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the depths thereof into brimstone. And the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Another confirmation is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. And I'm going to read to you the summary first. Ezekiel, chapter 36. The land of Israel is comforted both by destruction of the heathen. You hear that, my people? The heathens will be destroyed for what they did, who spitefully used it, and by the blessings of Yahuwah promised unto it. Israel was rejected for their sin, and shall be restored without their desert. The blessings of Yahushua kingdom. And I will read starting at verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountain of Israel, and say, Ye mountain of Israel, hear the word of the Most High. Thus saith the Most High Elohim, because the enemy has said against you, Aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Therefore prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen. And ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahuwah Elohim. Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate places, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and a diversion to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Therefore, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and also all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. This is confirmation. Judgment is coming to Edom. Judgment is coming to the heathen who have partaken in this wicked act, who have afflicted and oppressed the children of Israel, who have taken their land and their identity from them, who have cut them off from being a nation, which is confirmed in Psalms chapter 83. But let us keep reading. Verse 6. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers, to the valleys, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim. Behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Elohim, I have lift up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. So, Gentiles, I'm warning you, be careful how you treat the Negroes. Be careful how you treat the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. Be careful how you treat the children of Israel, for you will be judged for this, and you shall be ashamed for what you did to his holy people. Let us keep reading. So I blew this picture up so you can see these people right here who have red hair and white skin represents Esau kingdom. And I know what you're thinking, but first write down these verses first. Acts chapter 17, verse 30 through 31. For he given all men a chance to repent and to be into the and to enter into the new eternal kingdom. Acts chapter 15 with Amos chapter 9, verse 11 through 15, and Isaiah chapter 56, verses 1 through 13, and Isaiah chapter 65, verse 1. I list those verses to show to you that there will be a remnant of Edom spared, but this remnant is called by Yahuwah's name. And what I mean by that, they have become the children of the light. They have received salvation and was baptized in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. And they will speak the whole truth and nothing but the truth. They will be separate from their nations. In other words, they would not partake in the evil and wicked acts that their nation has done. For their own people will speak against them and will have hatred towards them. They too will be set apart because they are truly keeping the holy word as written in the King James Bible 1611 version. So to give you understanding about this remnant and about Esau's kingdom and his nation, in the new kingdom, my people, his nation will no longer exist. His kingdom will no longer exist. There will only be a remnant of them, and that would be it. There will not be enough numbers of them to exist as a nation in the new eternal kingdom. And for the heathens, who are also called Gentiles, who have joined themselves to Esau's kingdom, who will not repent from this wicked act, they too will be judged for what they have done to the children of Israel. Do you see now why I'm doing this? Because judgment is coming to all of us, my people. Only the righteous will inherit the kingdom of heaven. Only the righteous will enter the kingdom of heaven. And the only way you can come into the kingdom, you have to receive salvation as written in Romans chapter 10, verse 8 through 13, and be baptized in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. This is why it's important that we understand who Esau is today and understand his kingdom. For his kingdom has joined themselves to Satan and his fallen angels. We're no longer dealing with men, my people, or with flesh and blood. We are dealing with angels, fallen angels, evil spirits. For we are in a spiritual battle now, my people. So those who receive salvation and are baptized in Yahushua HaMashiach's name become the children of Yahuwah. They become the children of light. And those who do not, you become the children of darkness. You become the children of Satan, the devil. So let us review Genesis chapter 25, verse 19 through 34, and chapter 27, verse 1 through 46. Not only will this chapter give you the characteristics and prophecies of the children of Jacob, but will also give you the characteristics and prophecy of Esau. And these characteristics and prophecy of Esau can be used to identify him today. For it has been confirmed by the word of Yahuwah in 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 7 through 9, that this is his kingdom, and he is reigning. And he has joined himself with Satan and his fallen angels. I highly recommend that you also read the book of Adam and Eve, because he's doing the same thing that Cain has done to Abel. For you know Cain hated his brother Abel, and he killed his brother. And he and his descendant joined himself with Satan and his fallen angels. And my brother is doing the same thing, for he has a perpetual hatred towards the children of Jacob. He has joined himself with Satan, And he has put great afflictions and oppression upon the children of Jacob. You see, my people, wherever he went, he lived by the sword. For he killed many people to inhabit their lands, to have dominions in their lands, and to afflict them. And his dwellings, as written in Genesis chapter 25, it said, I'm going to get that chapter for you. Give me 1 minute. Genesis chapter 25. Genesis chapter 25. And it said, I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong chapter. Genesis chapter 27. And it said that his dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And history will confirm this. For he has mixed himself among the nations, and he's ruling through those nations. So I want you to take some time now to meditate on this. What group of people have reigned upon the earth? And what group of people have taken other people's lands and colonized them? What group of people have inhabit those lands that they conquer? And wherever they go, they're always killing and oppressing the indigenous people of the land that they had taken from. Think about this. What group of people are they? Also, meditate on this map. For we know the European nations, such as the Europeans and the Spaniards and the other European nations have conquered other lands. We know they have conquered the Americas, Alaska, Canada, United States, Mexico, South America. They also have conquered Australia, and they conquered Africa. This includes the French have conquered some of these lands too. Look it up, my people. It's in the history, and it's still being evident today. For they are determined to oppress and to afflict the children of Jacob. You see, they had joined themselves with Edom, and Edom has mixed in with them, and he is ruling over them. So take this time to meditate on this map and think about what group of people have done this. Now, Wikipedia.org, and this link will be in the description box, proves and shows the original trait of Edom. Let me read it in the highlighted blue area. The Hebrew word usually translate ruddy or reddish brown was used to describe Esau and David. So this is my proof, my people, that Esau originally started out as a man of color. Yes, he was a Negro, but he was a lighter version of the Negroes. You see, he had reddish brown skin, and he had red hair, my people. And I know what you're thinking. Well, how did he become white? Well, in this video, we're going to explain how he became white, because you see, white skin did not exist when the Most High created man. Well, he created Adam. And you know, Adam's name means red. So he was reddish brown too. So this also confirmed that David was a man of color, my people. Yes, he was a Negro, an Israelite. So we need to stop this foolishness of these lies and say that we don't know, because those who say that we don't know, you don't want to know the truth. For the Bible gives us all truths. And the children of the Yahuwah are going to preach the truth. Let us go to the next confirmation to prove what I'm telling you. Also in Wikipedia.org, I want you to look this up. Look up redheads, because this was the confirmation on how we can identify Edom today. Because remember, he has mixed himself among the nations, but especially among the European nations. Under the subtopic Mediterranean, and I'm going to read a highlighted area, red hair is also found amongst the Ashkenazi Jewish populations. In European culture, prior to the 20th century, red hair was often seen as a stereotypical Jewish trait. During the Spanish Inquisitions, all those with red hair was identified as Jewish. In Italy, red hair was associated with Italian Jews, and Judas was traditionally depicted as red hair in Italian and Spanish art. Writers from Shakespeare to Dickens would identify Jewish characters by giving them red hair. The stereotype that red hair is Jewish remains in parts of Eastern Europe and Russia. People, this is the proof we've been looking for. This is the confirmation. He tried to mix himself among the nation, but one trait he could not put away with was the red hair. You see, my people, Esau is the progenitor of the red hair. That is his mark. That's how you know where he been. And according to prophecy, it said what he would take the children of Jacob heritage away, and he would claim it for himself. He would claim their land and their identity as the children of Israel. And if you go to Europe and Russia today, go to those European nations and Russia, and they would tell you that the red hair are the Jewish people. And the Jewish people are basically converts. Now, most of the Jewish people follow the Talmud, and we know the Talmud is not of the Most High. As written in Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, and chapter 3, verse 9, that is the synagogue of Satan. Okay? Only those who follow the word of the Most High in the King James 1611 version. For the King James 1611 version is the closest book to the original Hebrew book. Those who follow that word are true converts. Okay? They are the true converts. Now, converts are not the children of Israel. In other words, they're not the direct blood descendants of Israel, but they have partake or taken a hold onto the covenant. But these Jewish people today that we see in the land are the synagogue of Satan, for they are not following the word of the Most High. They allow gay parades. They are doing so much wickedness in the world. And they're even holding the whole world in financial bondage, for they have control of all finances and over the banks. But let us go through some more slides to prove what I'm saying. Red, reddish brown to white. So let's understand, how did the white skin come into the earth? You see, when Adam was created, he was made in the likeness and image of the Most High. And white skin did not exist at that time when he was made. But when you read Leviticus chapter 13 and 14, I have to mention this. Remember, this was in the covenant of the children of Israel to give them understanding on how to deal with leprosy. Now, leprosy is when the skin turned white and when the hair turned blonde, which is yellow. Okay. Today, men call it Vertiligo or albinism. That means a lack of melanin. Okay. In Genesis chapter 13, we'll confirm that the Israelite hair color was black. And when it turns white is when they become older, and because of age, that's why your hair turned white, because you're getting older and wisdom. And it's a sign of wisdom. Now, the hair on the body, I'm not talking about the scalp nor the beard. I'm not talking about those two areas. But for the rest of the body, that fine hair on the body can turn white when a person is plagued with leprosy. And that's when they have done some unrighteousness. Also, the Most High put a plague of leprosy in the land of Canaan. And I highly recommend that you read the book of Jubilees, because the book of Jubilees would tell you that the Canaanites took the land of Shem. They was not given that land, my people. This is one of the reasons why the Most High told the children of Israel to uproot them out the land, to cut them off, to put them to death. That's one of the reasons. So I highly recommend that you study and read that chapter. Now, leprosy can be used as a sign or as a punishment. For when you read Exodus chapter 3, verse 6, it was given as a sign to Moses to prove to the children of Israel that he was sent by Yahuwah. Also, it can be used as a punishment. When you read Numbers chapter 12, verse 10 through 12, Miriam was cursed with leprosy for an unrighteous act. In 2 Kings chapter 5, Nahum was punished and his children with leprosy forever. And also read 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 5. For a king was punished with leprosy and had to step off the throne. Okay? And to prove that I'm saying that leprosy, which is white skin and blonde hair, is a punishment from the Most High, read Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 8 through 9. Now, for proof that the Israelites' hair was black and proof that it is made in the image and likeness of the Most High, I need for you to read this chapter. Leviticus chapter 13, verse 29 through 37, and Mathew chapter 5, verse 36. For the hair of the Israelites on their head and beard can be black or white, in which today we call gray. And we also know that Yahuwah and Yahushua had what? White, woolly hair, the same texture as the children of Israel. They also were Negroes, which today people would say black skin or even brown skin. And that can be found in Daniel chapter 7, verse 9, Daniel 10, verses 5 through 6, Revelation chapter 1, verses 13 through 16, and also read Revelation chapter 2, where it gives you confirmation of Yahushua's skin. And read Ezekiel chapter 1, for it gives you confirmation of the cherubims, for they were colored people. And that's why I showed you that photo. And of that photo, the angel, what? Was Negroes. In other words, they were black or brown. Do you see how the word is lining up with history and ancient paintings? Do you see how the word is lining up what we see in the news today? Let us continue. Edom has mingled himself with many nations. We know that he has mingled himself with the Canaanites. And keep in mind, remember Leviticus chapter 14? Some of the Canaanites was cursed with leprosy, which is white skin and yellow hair. He has mingled himself with the Ishmaelites. And these are the children of Ishmael, who is the son of Abraham. So some Edomites can have black or brown skin. But the main nation trait of Edom today is red hair and white skin. But let us keep going. He is also mingling himself with the Chittims. These are the sons of Japhet. And to learn more about that, read the book of Jasper. He has mingled himself with the Romans. And also in history, Romulus and Remus was the ones who have migrated to Rome. Well, in other words, they were in Rome. And Romulus was the founder and the ruler of Rome. He was the one to establish Rome's reign in this earth today, which is still evident today, which is still empowered today. My brother Edom had also mixed with the serpent's seed, for there's evidence of giants remain being found. Even in the Americas, they have found giants with red hair. He has mixed himself with the Neanderthal, and science would prove that the Neanderthal are not human. They are not mankind, and they have found them with red hair too. He has mixed himself with the Nordic/Aryan race, and this Aryan race, they have white skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair. This is where your blue eyes come from. He has mixed himself with the European nation, which is also known as the white peoples. Again, these are your children of Japheth. He has mixed himself with the Ashkenazi Jewish people. Again, according to what research I have found, that the Ashkenazi Jews are from the lineage of Japheth. As well, he has mixed himself with the other nations. But how you can identify him? That red hair, my people. The red hair is a dead giveaway. And it matched up with prophecy because they are in the land of Israel. Let us go to the next slide. Edom main nation character traits are red hair, white skin. Some of them have freckles, and freckles come from Balaam, my people. Remember, he was the brother of Jacob. And both of them came from what? Negroes, people with black or brown skin. He also is a cunning hunter. And we can see that every today with what we see on television when they show these different reality shows. So his children today love to hunt, and they are very and they are a very and they are a cunning hunter. They also live by the sword. So whatever they have today, they got it by killing many people, by taking their land, by colonizing it. They living off the fatness of the earth. And we can see their dominion. We can see the dominion in the United Nations. We can see their dominion within the European nations. We can see their dominion throughout this whole earth. And that's prophesied by prophet Obadiah in chapter 1, verse 2. They are very heavily despised by the nations, especially within the European nations, for they don't like the redheads. And they are the smallest nation within the European nation. And I'm going to put a video link to show you that the white peoples, which is basically the European nation, are decreasing now. And if you know they decreasing, guess what? Edom is also decreasing. For they are the smallest nation within the European nation. We also have proof that they have stolen Jacob's heritage, for they have taken their identity, claiming themselves to be the Jews, and they are living in the land. And their ensign is the eagle. Now, this is their definition of white people. And I'm going to read you the first paragraph from Wikipedia.org. And this link too will be in the description box. White people is a racial classification specifier used for people of European ancestry, with the exact implication depending on context. The contemporary usage of white people or a white race as a large group of mainly European population, contrasting with Black, American Indian, colored, or non-white origins in the 17th century. So some of them, and this is evident today because we know they are inhabiting the United States. They are classified as the white Americans. They are inhabiting the United Kingdom. They are classified as the white British. They are inhabiting Brazil, which is known as the white Brazilian. They are inhabiting South Africa, which is known as the white South African. And we know the children of Ham was given the land of Africa. And we know the children of Ham were black. So what are they doing down there? Do you see? And then if you go into history, you will see, especially in Africa, look at the countries who have colonized Africa. They are a part of the European nation. And again, within the European nation, Edom is their ruler, for this is his kingdom. Let us move on. Now, these are pictures of Edomites. Or to give you an idea what an Edomite look like that has fair skin, but would be typically considered still to be of black, so-called black, you know. So here you have a young little girl. As you can see, look at the texture of her hair. It's woolly hair. And in the Israelite community, we'll call this red bone or high yellow, or you know what I mean. But it's just a byword that people will use today to classify people of a lighter skin tone who are truly not white. Now, the one in the middle could really pass for a person who is white, so-called white. But look at the freckles, okay? Freckles are nothing but what? Melon. Because they come from Jacob, they come from Isaac, who was a Negro. And then look at this last lady. Look at the red hair and the red eyebrows and her freckles. So we cannot say we cannot identify Edom. We can. His mark is that red hair, my people. Now, this is what he would look like today among the European nations. His hair would be straight, fiery red, and he would have freckles too. Or he or she would have freckles too. So again, we cannot denounce and not say that we cannot identify Edom, because yes, we can. If we look at the prophecies that are written in Genesis chapter 25 and Genesis chapter 27, we can identify Edom. And according to Wikipedia, even the European nation and Russia, including even Russia, can identify them too. They mark them by their red hair. Now, this is a definition of freckles. And based on what freckles are, according to Wikipedia.org, which also this link would be in the description bar, is basically a cluster of concentrated melanin cells, which are most easily visible on people with a fair complexion. Okay, let's go to the next slide. This is also proof how Edom has spread his seed throughout the earth. In China, we have here a young girl, and look at her hair, red. I would often wonder, how did we get the red hair in the earth? And also brunettes, because if I look at brunettes, when the light hit them, they have a hue of red. Even with the blondes, they call it dirty blonde or strawberry blonde, they have a hue of red. This way it comes from my people, my brother Edom. It's time for us to wake up and face the truth of what he has done. Here we have a Jewish person. His name is Sumner. His name is Sumner Redstone. Now, according to Wikipedia.org, his original family name was Rothschild. They changed it to Redstone. I will also put that information in the description box. But look at his hair. And he claiming to be what? A Jewish person. His hair is red, which is turning white now. And today we call it gray. But this is proof, my people. This is an Edomite here. Also, here's another Jewish person. His name is Harry Rosenberg. And I want you to take a notice of the color of his beard. It's red. He's also fulfilling the prophecy of claiming to be Jacob, but he's not. But one thing I would give Harry credit, and I thank him for doing what he did, because he did not have to. He's coming forth now, letting the whole world know about this DNA evidence about my people. And he's letting the world know that the Negroes are the children of Israel. You see, in Esau kingdom, they had hidden this big piece of history from you. For in 70 AD, when my people fled Jerusalem, majority of them went into the land of Africa. So this is how they entered in the land of Africa. And they are throughout Africa, from the east to the west to the south part of Africa. They are there, my people. Even ancient maps will show you their location. For there once were called a land of a Negro within Africa, within the land. So if you want to find my people, start tracing the word Negroes, and you'll be able to easily identify them. For we know the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade were the Negroes, or the children of Israel. For the sons of Ham sold them to the English and the Spaniards. We also know that the sons of Ishmael, who are the Arabs today, also enslaved my people. The evidence are there. But only the children of Yahuwah will preach this truth. Also, we have another brother named Dr. Ephraim. I'm going to put his link because he have done a detailed study on DNA to identify the children of Israel. So the truth is coming out, my people. The world is now learning that these Jewish people in the land today are not the children of Israel. It is evident because the Most High didn't put them there. It was man who put them there, but it was not done by the Most High hand. See, Yahushua Mahasha is going to be the one to bring us back into the land, because the Most High is going to send him to do that. Read Isaiah chapter 11, verse 10 through 15, and 2nd Esdras chapter 13. But let us move on. But this is an Edomite. Here, excuse me. Here we have a picture of Caesar Augustus. And this statue is in Italy. It's in Rome. And the reason why I'm putting this up, notice the color of his hair. It's painted red. Yes, my people. From doing further research, I learned that the Roman statue was originally painted with color. There was not white. And I too would put the link about that information so you can do a further study. But this proved that my brother Edom has mixed themselves among the Romans, and he also and his children have held certain positions among the Romans, like leadership positions. ruling positions. And this is the proof. Here's another photo of Augustus Caesar's. This is in Rome. And this can be found. And I'm also going to try to put a link of this so you can read more information about it. But again, look at the red hair. It's proof. Edom has been there. This also came from Wikipedia.org because even the Jewish people would tell you that Rome is Edom. It's Edom kingdom. Even the Byzantine Empire is Edom kingdom. So let me read below the title name, Edom and the Talmud. The Talmud, the name Edom refers to the Roman Empire. According to the Jewish myth of Romulus and Remus, were Esau descendants, and the birth of the myth of Rome, twins who had the dispute is very similar to the story of Esau and Jacob. In the early Middle Khazars used the name Edom, the Byzantine Empire. So this is proof, my people. This is one of Edom's kingdoms. And I know what you're thinking, but you have to understand, you got to go back and trace the root of the source. For even Josephus written that the Greeks changed the name of the nations. This is why we can't line up who's who according to the Bible. But they did a lot of changing with history and with the names of the nations, so you can't identify them. But now the truth is coming out. Also, this article is by Linda Watson, and I'm going to put her link too. She's just confirming what the first slide was saying about Romulus and Remus being descendants of the of Esau. But I want to read this last paragraph to you, going down to the bottom, right here. Then they set out to find their own city. Similarly, rivalry leads to Romulus to slay his brother. Romulus started the town on one of the 7 hills of Rome called Palestine. Romulus then became the first king and founder of the city of Rome. Rome is named after him. So Rome was named after Romulus, and Romulus is a descendant of Esau. This is the proof, my people. We found Edom, and now we can give the whole world the truth about him and his kingdom. Let us keep going. Also, I put this up so you can do more further study, but all the Bibles we have today do not give us the correct borders of Israel and of Edom. So I highly recommend that you go back and study, especially Numbers and Joshua, those 2 big books, and also other books that pertain to the borders of Israel and Edom. But right here, this line here, that's the true border of Israel. And as you can see, it was near Kadesh. It was, as it's written, that that the borders would go near Kadesh. Okay, and I'm gonna let you know there's 3 types of Kadesh. There's one Kadesh that's located in the wilderness of Paran. That's where my people was cursed to wander in the wilderness for 40 years. Okay, and that's called Kadesh Meribah. And then there's a Kadesh in there's a Kadesh. I'm sorry. The second Kadesh is known as Petra. That's in the wilderness of Zin. And the third Kadesh is located in Galilee, and that's way up here. But you're going to have to read the book of Joshua and Numbers and Deuteronomy to understand the secret, well, to understand about the 3 types of Kadesh, because that has been a great misunderstanding. Now, this came from www.bibles.ca. Now, I agree with them about the borders of Israel and the border of Edom. However, I don't agree with them about the route of the children of Israel from leaving Egypt to Arabia. I'm gonna put the link about the true Mount Sinai for this guy, and some other people too as well has confirmed where my people travel from, because they actually went across Sinai somewhere in the middle of it, and they went to a beach. I forgot the name of the beach, but there they have found ancient relics of Egyptians chariots in the waters to prove this is where they crossed. So I will put that link. But the true Mount Sinai is located in Arabia. That's in the land of Ishmael. Okay, and that can be confirmed by the scriptures as well. I know in Galatians chapter 4 we confirm it too. But I will put those links. But when you have some spare time, do a study on that, because the Bibles we have today do not give us the correct borders of Israel and the correct borders of Edom. Okay. Also, I put this photo here so you can understand that the Arabia, this light blue area, starts from the bottom of the Red Sea. It even goes meets down to start from the bottom of the Dead Sea, even reaching down to the Red Sea, and it goes all the way up to the Sea of Galilee. And that's very important to know, because when you look at the border of Edom, you'll understand that Edom was really over here in Arabia, and the land of Israel was really over here, starting from the top, coming all the way down, even meeting to the borders unto Edom. So that's again very important to study in your spare time. But let us move on. I put this slide here. It came from Wikipedia.com to let you know there are two locations of Idumea. We know that King Herod was an Idumean who basically was an Edomite, and he was living in the land of Israel. And I do want to read the bottom part of this paragraph right here. All right. Once pushed out of their territory, the Edomites settled during the Persian period in an area compromising the southern hills of Judea to the area north of Beersheba. Here the people appear under the grazized form of their old name as Idumeans or Idumeans, and their new territory is called Idumea or Idumea, and they give you the Greek breakdown as well as the Latin breakdown, a term used in New Testament times. So in this second slide here, I'm just confirming what they're basically saying, but I have it under as Seir because that's another name for Esau, because he was hairy, and that what Seir means. What basically what it's saying the same thing. There was Mount Seir in Edom, as also there was a area they call Seir in the land of Israel, and that can be found right here. That can be found as a ridge on the border of the territory of Judah west of Kariah. Yeah, Kariah. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that word. It's Kiriath, Jerim, and that can be found in Joshua chapter 15, verse 10. But take this time, you can pause this slide here so you can get those verses and do a study on this. So remember when Esau first married, he married two Canaanite wives and he married one Ishmaelite woman. And he dwelt in the land of Edom, where the Canaanites also dwelt. So when you have spare time, reread the book of Genesis and really understand how important that lineage is, because it will give you an idea of who Edom is today. And the main trait that he cannot get rid of, my people, is that red hair. It is evident. Now this is the inside Edom. So wherever Edom go, he would take this ensign with him. He took it to America, to Rome, and as well as the Nazis, because there has been rumor that Adolf Hitler was originally a Jewish person. And I know his hair was like brunette, but I guarantee if you probably put some light on his hair, you can probably see some hueness of red in it. I won't be surprised. But however, we know that's why one of the reasons why the Germans didn't like the Jewish people. They didn't like them, for they knew who they truly was. Okay? Let us go to the next slide. Also in America, as fulfilling prophecy in Isaiah chapter 14, and I have to let you know that when we deal with the angel Satan, remember, Satan can't possess anybody. And this is confirmed when he possessed Judas, when Judas went to betray Christ. Before he betrayed Christ, Satan possessed him. And that's how he was able to carry out that act. I also highly recommend that you read the book of Nicodemus, and you can see how Satan can stir up people to do his will as well. So this is why you need to receive salvation, because only through the Most High can he deliver you from the hands of Satan. Okay? But again, it fulfills Isaiah chapter 14, or how Also, they would go up to the heavens and see how they claim stuff. It's evidence in their monies. You can see the eagle there. And you know that they love to dwell in the highest places, especially mountains, and because it's proof that they also went to the Caucasus Mountains. Let us go to the next slide. As written in Obadiah chapter 1, verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence would I bring thee down, saith Jehovah. So that is going to be fulfilled, my people. His kingdom will be destroyed and he will be brought down. For he exalt himself above, even above the Most High. He put himself. He is no different from Antiochus Epiphanes. He's no different from him. Or anyone else you have studied in history that has exalted himself above the Most High. For you know, when you learn about their history, they also too has been afflicted with great plagues and judgment that brought their kingdoms down. And this kingdom will be going down. So again, you're going to have to make a decision, my people. Are you going to stay yourself joined to Esau kingdom? Or are you going to come into the kingdom of Jacob, who is under the authority and rulership of Yahushua HaMashiach? And Yahuwah is the Elohim over Jacob's kingdom. You're going to have to make a decision. Again, this is another proof of his kingdom. Again, you have the eagle on the dollar bill. But also over here with the pyramid, it fulfills the prophecy of Deuteronomy chapter 28. For we know that the children of Jacob will be enslaved again and brought back into the house of bondage. And that's what that pyramid represents. For Edom does mean the house of bondage. And we're truly not free today. Most of y'all may think you are, but you're not. I put it like this: you still got to pay taxes on everything. You don't own anything. They can come take your stuff. If you go to another country, you have to denounce your citizenship just to be able not to pay taxes. They make a lot of laws to fit oppression on you, but they don't even follow their own laws. You have to get a passport just to go to another country, and you have to meet their rules and regulations just to get the passport to go to another country. So truly, we are not free, my people. Because if we was truly free, we'd be able to go and come as we please. But we're not free in this kingdom. Also, to understand the spiritual bondage, because Esau has joined himself to Satan, they are truly ruling this realm. And the people who desire to serve the Most High, they oppress them. They come after them. They put great laws on them to tell you what you can and cannot say, what you can and cannot preach. They come into your churches with the 501c. Do you see how we are in the house of bondage? Also, the Jewish people control all the banks in the world. They have this whole world in a financial bondage. They also have defiled his holy land by allowing the gay parades and doing all sorts of wickedness in the land. This is evidence, my people, of his kingdom. Let us move on. I would like to read to you Psalms chapter 137, for it's going to let you know who is the daughter of Babylon. For you see, the children of Jacob is the daughter of Zion. And we know Zion is Jerusalem. Verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon that we sat down, yea, we wept, when we remember Zion. We hang our harps upon the willows, in the midst thereof. For there they that carry us away captive require of us a song, and they that waste us require of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. And this is evident today in the Negro spiritual hymns, for we are a very gifted and talented people. Whatever we do, we sing well. We play sports well. We dance well. Wherever we come in, we change the game, my people. No other nation can do what the nation of children of Israel do. And that's evident. But let us continue. How shall we sing Jehovah's song in a strange land? Remember, my people was brought over here by ships, the Negroes. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Yahuwah, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So when Jerusalem was destroyed in 7 AD, they was celebrating, they was encouraging it because they want that place to be destroyed. And to let you know about this mystery, my people, the true Jerusalem still lays in ruins and is desolate. It is in Tel Arad, Israel. Look it up on wikipedia.org. Tel Arad, Israel. As written in prophecy, for even Christ said himself, Yahushua HaMashiach said himself, that this place would be desolate. And it still is today, my people. For what you see today, modern Jerusalem, is Edom Capitolia, which fulfilled the prophecy in Revelation 11 about the two witnesses who would come to a city that is spiritually Egypt and Sodom. Remember, the Jewish people have the whole world in their financial bondage. They control and rule everything. They own the news. They own all sorts of businesses. They own everything. They control the media. They control so much. And they allow such homosexuality in the Holy Land. Verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall be that reward thee, as thou hast served us. Happy he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. When you study the history of the transatlantic slave trade and you see what the Europeans and the Spaniards have done to us, they have done great wicked things that no human being could do. In other words, that no child of the Most High could do. But they are children. They are truly the children of Satan. For only a child of Satan can do something as wicked as that. The things they have done to us. It is terrible, my people, when you learn about that history. Okay? So this is why the word said they are the daughter of Babylon, which can be confirmed in the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 12 to 13. Because no child of the Most High would hate their brother. No child of the Most High would mistreat them. Even in the word, when it comes to your servants, it's a certain way that you have to treat your servants. You are not to mistreat your servants. That's written in Torah. No child of the Most High would make shoes out of the children of Jacob's flesh. No child of the Most High would take the children of Jacob's babies and feed them to the alligators. No child of the Most High will whoop the children of Jacob until they bled continuously. Do you see where I'm going with this? That is pure evil and wickedness. This is why they are the daughter of Babylon. Also, reflecting back on Psalms 137. Okay, I would go there in another side. Sorry about that. But this is Ezekiel chapter 35. Ezekiel chapter 35, I'm going to read the summary. And this is dealing with the judgment against my brother, Edom. The judgment of Mount Seir for their hatred of Israel. Verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Most High, Behold, O mountain, Seir. Thus saith the Most High Elohim, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahuwah, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time their iniquity had end. So this is proof that judgment is coming to Edom for what they done to their brother Jacob. As evident today, the land of Edom, which is Petra, also, that's one of the cities in the land of Edom, is desolate to this day. So, do you still want to join yourself to the kingdom of Esau? Let us go to the next. So in this side here, we're proved to what we're given to discuss. Let me first read the verse. Daniel chapter 2, verse 43. And whereas thou sawest irons mixed with murky clay, They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. This is proof that Edom has been mixing himself with the fallen angels. We can see that with the remnants of the giants they are finding in the earth. We can see that with the testimony of the Nazi people, talking about the Nordic/Aryan race who have blue eyes, white skin, and blonde hair. This is proof, my people, that we're not dealing with flesh and blood. We are dealing with spirits and angels. For my brother Edom has joined himself with them. Now, this is an article about a Neanderthal that was written in the USA Today. And I'm going to spell the person's name for you. Her name is Karen, Karen. I'm not going to try to say that last name because I will mispronounce it, but it's Weintraub. In the next slide, we're going to a closer shot of this Neanderthal, and I want you to pay close attention to the characteristics. Here you can see he's hairy, but look at the red. Look at that, he's red hair. And scientists are finding out today that the Neanderthal are not human, my people. They're not. This is what I'm talking about. We have another species that's amongst us. They are not human. And my brother Edom has been mixing himself with him. Also, some of the other nations has been mixing themselves with them as well. That's another reason why we got the white skin in the earth, my people, and the blonde hair and the blue eyes. This can also be found in ancient relics. I believe the Samaritans have that, or the Canaanites. And also look at the ancient relics of the Egyptians. Let us go to the next slide. Here we have an article saying that the Neanderthals are not human ancestors, and I'm going to read a highlighted area up here. A study of the skulls of Neanderthal, comparing them to early and modern humans, concludes that an ancient group is unlikely to have been the ancestor of people today. Scientists have long debated whether modern people are related to Neanderthals, the squat, powerful hunters who dominated Earth for 100,000 years before dying out on the arrival of modern humans. So I'm also going to put that link so you can do more reading about it. But my brother Edom has been mixing with a species, a celestial species that is not human. This can explain the reason that when we are ministering and preaching the gospel to the people, or why some will never receive it, no matter how much truth you show them, no matter how much word you give them, there are going to be some people who just will not receive it because they're not of the Most High. They're not mankind, my people. All right? This is a picture of a remains of a giant they have found. And keep in mind, they also found giant remains in America that had red hair. And I'm also going to put a link of this so you can get more information about this as well. And then here, this is one of the most neglected subject because a lot of people don't know that's in the Bible. And the title of it said, Edom and the Unknown Nation of the North, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 36. Now, when you read the book of Jeremiah, I'm going to let you know this. Jeremiah does talk about past prophecies and future prophecies that's dealing with us today. And remember, the Most High said he will deliver his children from the land of the north. That was written in Jeremiah 18. Let us go to Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 15, and which will confirm Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 36. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 15. I'm sorry, I went to the wrong area again. Hold on, my people. Let me get it. I was in the wrong book, that's why. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 15. Lo, I will bring a nation upon you from far, O house of Israel, saith the Most High. It is a mighty nation. It is an ancient nation. a nation whose language thou knowest not, neither understandest what they say. Their quiver is an open cetera. They are all mighty men. So, according to history, when you look at the transatlantic slave trade, you know that it was the Spaniards and the Europeans who enslaved us. And they spoke a tongue that we didn't know of. Even today, it's hard for me to speak this tongue because English is not an easy language. Now, to understand what Jeremiah was talking about, because I know when you read the book of Jeremiah, you can say, no, that's talking about ancient Babylon. But he also talks about modern day Babylon, mystery Babylon, which is America. For America was just like Tyrus. She is a great merchant like Tyrus, and even Tyrus was destroyed too. Therefore, America would be destroyed. That's why I read to you Psalms chapter 137, verse 1 through 9, which also is a precept to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 12 to 13. You see, we speak in a tongue that our ancestors don't even speak. For the Hebrews, Israelites spoke Hebrew. That was our tongue, our native language, and they took it away. As well, they took our names away because our names resemble the Most High. It resembled Hebrew. They took that away also and gave us their names, so we will not know who we are. So, this is very important. I want you to understand this mystery about this unknown nation. This unknown nation who comes from the seed, who comes from the serpent seed, has mixed themselves among the European nations. They have mixed themselves among Edom and among the sons of Japhet. This is one of the reasons why we have white peoples today. Okay? This is the reason why we have, one of the reasons why we have white skin today. Now, if you are a person listening to this video and who have white skin, I want you to listen closely. The Most High has no respect of persons. And what I mean by this, he will accept you in the body of Yahushua HaMashiach. But you have to receive salvation and be baptized in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. And you have to do righteousness and truly repent. You can no longer afflict and oppress the children of Israel. For no unrighteousness will inherit the kingdom of Yahuwah. Only the righteous, only the children of Yahuwah will enter the kingdom. And the children of Satan, the devil, will be cast into the lake of the eternal fire. So you're going to have to make a decision, because I know this may hurt for you to hear this. I know it don't feel good to hear about the origins of the white skin, but we got to face the truth, because the truth is going to set us free. Okay? And I know that by you having white skin, it's not going to affect your spirit within. In other words, it don't change who you are within. If you truly are a child of the Most High, then you are. And it's going to show through your actions, through your words. Okay? So you're going to have to make a decision and stand for the whole truth, because the children of Yahuwah give the whole truth and nothing but the truth. The children of Yahuwah don't stand by lies. Okay? Now, the children of darkness stand for lies and will not give the whole truth. And I'm going to be honest, this spiritual cross that we always have to bear, it's not going to be easy, because your own people will reject you for this truth. Your own people will come against you. So you're going to have to learn how to stand with Yahuwah and be strong until Yahushua HaMashiach comes back. Because he's going to give us justice. And he's going to pay them for all the wickedness that they do to us. Okay? So we're in modern day Babylon, and the mystery Babylon is America, and she will be destroyed like the ancient merchant Tyrus was destroyed. She will be destroyed. Let me go back. Sorry about that. She will be destroyed like the ancient Tyrus was destroyed. Okay? So you see why I'm preaching this message? Those who had joined himself to Esau kingdom, you need to come out of it. And to know it's not going to be easy. But the Most High is testing you now to see will you stand for him and for this truth and for his people. It is time for the whole truth to be revealed. And this is why I put a picture of her up, because she represents that Aryan race that Hitler was talking about. He was talking about this pure race, but what he was talking about was these angels, their children's children. So you're not dealing with aliens, my people. That's what Edom wants you to think. You're dealing with these fallen angels and their seed who have mixed themselves among us. For as is written, we're not dealing with flesh and blood. You see, my people, how this came about with these angels after the flood. The Most High wanted a nation to worship him. And we know that mankind after the flood would not. But there was a righteous lineage or a righteous seed upon the earth that did. So he made a promise to him. And that promise was made to Abraham. And then that promise went from Abraham to Isaac, to Jacob, and then to the 12 children of Israel. Now, for the other nation, he gave them over to the angels to be ruled by them. And you can find this in Ben Sirah, known as Ecclesiastical, chapter 17, verse 17. Also, chapter 33, verse 10 through 15, and verse 22. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 20, and Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 15, and 32, verse 8. Romans chapter 13, verse 1, Ephesians chapter 6, and Jude chapter 6 to prove what I'm telling you. See, the other nation was given over to the fallen angels to rule over them. And this can be proven in Greek and mythology. There's some truth to that, my people. Also, you can read about the ancient Egyptians. Look at their hieroglyphics. Look at who they worship. Also, the ancient Samaritans. The proof is there. But we have to open our eyes and see. And pretty soon, the veil is going to be removed, and you're going to see these beings for who they truly are. So you need to prepare for spiritual warfare, my people. That's the only way you can fight against them. Because, see, my brother has joined forces with them. That's why he cannot be taken down so easily. This is why Christ is going to have to return. So let us go to the next slide. Again, my people, judgment is coming to all nations and to Satan and his angels. And there is nothing you can do to stop this. The most important thing you need to think about is your soul. Where do you plan to spend eternity? Are you planning to spend it in the eternal kingdom or in the eternal lake of fire? Choose this day whom ye will serve. Will you be the children of Yahuwah, who are the children of light, or will you be the children of Satan, who are the children of darkness? Receive salvation today. Read Romans chapter 10, verse 8 through 13, and be baptized in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. And for more understanding about the baptism, read John chapter 3, verse 1 to 12, and Mark chapter 16, verse 14 to 20, and preach the gospel to all nations, and preach that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Shalom.